How long have I really had Parkinson's? This is a question I've asked myself quite a bit over the years. For those of you who don't know, Parkinson's is a movement disorder in which the cells that create dopamine in your brain die off or no longer produce the necessary dopamine to help you move and regulate your moods. But Parkinson's is tricky. It's not like a cold. You don't just wake up one morning with Parkinson's. It takes years to develop. It usually predates, the symptoms can predate diagnosis by years. Like I've said in other videos, the first thing that I had was not a tremor, it was a stiff hand, stiff guitar playing, stiff shoulder, moved up my shoulder. And then later on I dealt with some depression and all that. But here's the, I guess, the discouraging, or one of the discouraging things about being diagnosed with Parkinson's. By the time you're showing symptoms, the shaky, the stiff, the flat face, all that stuff, the stiff face, most of those cells in your brain are gone. That's, something like 80 to 90% of the dopamine producing cells in your brain are gone. So basically your brain and your body has been running on fumes for years, and that's exactly how I felt. I'm 45 now. I was diagnosed in 2013, so it's been about 9 years. In January, in January 2022, it'll be 9 years. But I remember telling my wife when I turned 30, I said, I just feel old, and she said, oh, you're just having a bad day, or you're tired. I was diagnosed at 37, so if I went back to when I really started feeling malaise, it was around the age of 30. I couldn't really describe what was happening to me. The depression came on pretty heavy. I knew something was wrong, but once again, without a definitive tremor or something that really screams out, Parkinson's. It's tricky to diagnose, especially when you're at the mid-30s. That's the last thing they're looking for. So just take into account when you're dealing with somebody with Parkinson's, maybe a loved one or a co-worker or a family member or a friend. They've been struggling a long time before they really got the answer to what was bothering them. It's like that mystery that's just, it's like a splinter in your brain, which you can't really quite figure it out. You know something's wrong, but you can't put your finger on it. One of the things, like I said early on, was really bad depression, because I could feel something was wrong. So imagine going on fumes for 5 to 6, sometimes even longer than that, years before you finally get an answer what is wrong with you. It's a tough disease. It's tough to spot sometimes in young people. It can be tough to treat. People have different reactions to medication. So if you're newly diagnosed, just take a breath. I've said this before. Take a breath. You've been struggling with this a long time. You've been carrying it by yourself, not knowing what it was. Things will get better with medicine, and then they will get rougher as it goes along. I'm not going to lie to you, but medication will help you. Keep you mentally alert, help some of the pain in moving. But like I said, once again, to friends and family of people with PD, give them a break, man. They've been struggling with this for a long time before they finally got their answer. Not a lot of chuckles this week, but I love talking to you guys. Leave me comments. Tell me what you like, what you didn't like. Peace and love.